we do have a fun discussion while we were in Fredericksburg. And before we get into that, I thought that we would chat for a little bit about who we are and what we are and how we got here. How does that sound?
Sounds
Sounds
good.
great. I'm having some deja vu. I can't figure out why.
I know, right? So, considering that you do have some deja vu, Dana, would you like to kick us off?
Yes, I'm telling about myself, right?
Who are you?
Oh, who am I? Hi. Hello. Hello, world, interwebs. How are we doing tonight? I am Dana. I am here with my two lovely friends. I have a son who just finished his freshman year of college. I am also married. And I think, like I said earlier, we're just hanging out here, living the dream, trying to get through every day. Some days are better than others for so many different reasons. I will pass it to Rachel.
Hi.
Hey,
I am
Rachel.
Rachel.
Welcome,
Hi,
Rachel.
Rachel. I am married as well. Also have two kids, boy and a girl. One is the girl is actually the oldest, living on her own, living up life in the big city. My son also just finished his freshman year of college. So yeah, we are definitely living the dream here. Super excited to see what comes out of all of this and hope we can at least pass on a little humor to our audience. I think we're going to definitely touch on some deep dive emotional things, but also, keep it very positive and definitely what people might want to hear, at least in our opinion, right?
I'm living the dream. I don't know whose dream, though. Might be more of a nightmare lately. But here I am. I'm Sheila, also married with two kiddos. Not really kiddos, though. I've got one who has just finished her first year of college, and another daughter, rather, who is just a few years older than she is, and at the moment working pretty much full time. So here we are. We each have three kids who have just finished their first semester in college. And that is one of the reasons that we got together, that we have this common bond. I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of review how we all got together. The glue that ties us is Dana. Dana, how did we all meet?
This is just cracking me up. I love this. Sheila is just so professional, and I'm over here like nodding and smiling and giggling and just like, we're out on the back patio. Thank you, Sheila. I'd be happy to share with the world.
I appreciate it.
So Sheila and Rachel and I met about 4.5 years ago, I guess.
I think maybe you met first. Well, you two met first, and then I came into the picture.
Well, that is true. I met Sheila first because I got a job working in the same department as Sheila. I had just moved here to the area from out of state. I did not know anybody. I didn't have a job. My family and I moved here, and I was like, all right, let's get me a job. So I got a job. I started working with Sheila, and it was it was great. I'll let Sheila share her version of the story, which I love. At the same time, my son was starting his freshman year of high school, brand new people. And it was probably, I don't know, a month into school. It was homecoming time. And all the freshmen were so excited to go to their first dance, but none of them could drive. So we had to Uber them around. And they did sort of group dating. So they whole gaggle of them went out to dinner. And then from there, they were going to the dance. So we took them to dinner. We still did not know very many people who are kids or parents at that time. And once the kids got shuffled off to their respective tables, my husband and I were like, well, I guess we'll hang out and eat. And then this other amazing couple said, hey, we're staying too. Why don't y'all come and sit with us? So we sat down and had dinner with Rachel and her husband, and we made them our friends from that point on. So you're welcome.
That's right. You're welcome.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but here we are.
I say it's good. All good stuff.
It's definitely
All
been
good
good.
stuff.
It's definitely been good.
And our friendships have just grown from there. So
Absolutely.
they definitely.
And then Sheila and I met through our glue, through a mixer at a outside event. And shortly thereafter, it was a holiday at your house. And then after
Oh,
that,
yes, the pajama New Year's Eve, and Rachel did not want to wear her
I did
pajamas.
not want to
She
wear
was
pajamas.
She was
anti-pajama.
anti-pajama. Sheila and I had no problem
I
wearing
know.
I was
pajamas.
very
I was all
happy,
in.
but I was not going to wear pajamas to a stranger's house. So
We're not asking you to wear a nightie. We're
We're
asking.
talking flannel
Yes,
moo and
thank
outside.
you.
Ooh, that should be this year's thing.
that's your theme.
I got a snuggie all ready to
Flannel
go.
and moo. You know how I feel about my moo.
I know.
Yet another
I know.
topic to be
We'll
discussed
get that
later.
to later. So yeah, we've just been inseparable since, which has been a true blessing, especially for myself. So let's talk about how we actually came up with this idea. I know we were poolside somewhere last year, and think you brought it up while we were, and where it came from, I'm not even sure, but
I'm not even sure either. I had this idea that we have such a good time talking with one another, and one conversation leads into another conversation, and it's just been a whole lot of fun. It's been a good time, I think, when we share our stories. And I thought, well, wait a minute. Why don't we record ourselves? Because we all think that we're hilarious, right?
Yes.
And ever so humble.
Speak for yourself, Sheila. I struggle with humility.
So why not record ourselves? Why not start this podcast where we can share our stories, and perhaps there's somebody out there in the interwebs, as Dana would say, who would find this conversation just as funny or beneficial to them in their life. So we thought, "God, we have a lot to say." And at first, we thought, well, we could, what are we going to name this podcast? What are we going to talk about? Midlife, menopause, and the mundane comes to mind. Me being the mundane. But really, this came out of a desire to to capture the conversations that we had, to put it out there into the world, and in hopes that we could support one another and engage with other folks out there. Does that sound about right?
that's about right. Now, just putting it out there, none of us are in our menopause stage as of right now, but
Oh, I don't
Well,
know. Speak for yourself.
I
Speak
I
for
am
yourself.
post menopause by X number of years.
You don't know what you're going to get with me, so I'm pretty sure
and I'm somewhere
I don't know what that
in the
means,
very
but
beginning. So yeah, we'll,
whew,
we'll we'll touch on that topic at another
yeah,
time.
beware, people, beware. That's
Right.
all I got to say. You're in for a treat.
Absolutely. And then just to also put a comment out there, we are just in the beginning stages of this. So, yes, some of the audio may be a little off or tweaked here and there, but we're learning. So just bear with us. And that's all we can ask is, give us some patience and we're going to get it right. We're going to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and continue to grow from there. So, we did have a recording already. Who wants to talk about that?
So we made a girls' trip out to Fredericksburg. It included not just the three of us, but two other ladies. And again, the glue who binds us, Dana. She was so lovely and invited two of her good friends. And Dana, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So the three of us had talked about doing something, also another poolside conversation. Maybe we should take this poolside. I'm just sensing a theme here that our
Yes,
best ideas
agreed.
come from the pool. How fun it would be to take a weekend and explore different areas we haven't been to across the state or outside the state, really. We're not, we're leaving all options open. Anyways, so we'd been talking about that for a while, and then I have another set of friends back from Washington State that I met when I lived there, and they were always a similar phase of life. Kids are grown, out of the house, off in college, or on their own. And the three of us had met the year before up in Dallas and just tooled around. And we thought, hey, let's do something else. And so they were saying, hey, what should we do this year? Let's do something. And I said, well, Sheila and Rachel, and my one friend Kelly's like, oh, I love them. She had not even met you guys yet. She only knows about you via social media posts or stories that I have shared. And I said, we were talking about going to Fredericksburg. I think that would be a fun thing to explore. And after that, it just took off. And those two kind of took the reins and did it. And the three of us said, okay, tell us when to show up. And the rest is history.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had such a good time. It was friendly and really fun off the bat. I mean, we got in there, got to the house that we had rented, and it was as if though we were lifelong friends. So easy.
Yeah.
So easy from the very start. And so thank you to Lisa and Kelly. We really enjoyed our time together, and we did get a chance to record a podcast,
Hmm.
one of the very first, and we had a pretty well. We some of the conversation was lively, but really for the most part. We touched on something that was all pretty relevant to our life. And Dana, I think you had prompted the question.
Oh, yeah. I think that knowing that we're all in a similar phase, but really different phases, it's just so nice to talk to people who have, I will say, we all have adult children now, and they are in some phase of adulting or trying to adult. And so I know where the three of us are. I knew where Kelly and Lisa were. We would have conversations in the office, people that have grown children and not, and just what does that look like? Because, when you have these cute little munchkins and they're toddlers, and they tell you, Mommy, I love you so much, I'm never going to leave. And you say, Okay, pumpkin. But that's not true. They're going to grow up and go to college or work or, explore and go on what their life's journey is. So the question I asked was, as our children are in various stages of doing this, what does that look like for us? Are we going to stay rooted where we're at? Are we going to follow them? Are we going to uproot and kind of explore our own lives? And we all have a really different opinion about it. So it was a fun conversation. And it's fun to hear where everybody's at right now. And then it will be fun to catch up in a year, in 5 years, and see what actually happened.
Oh, for sure,
Absolutely. Yeah,
for
I'm very
sure.
curious to see what happens in the next 2 to 4 years. We'll find out.
I'm not moving again. Just saying. Not happening.
Never
Never
say
say
never.
I know.
never.
I didn't say never. I just said I'm.
Fair enough. So we invite you to hang tight and listen into that conversation that we had. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your thoughts are, where you are in your phase of life. We had an honest conversation, and so stay tuned. Pause, please.